I'm Lisette Howard, and welcome to part 2 of my prenatal yoga exercise series. In this series, I'm highlighting some of the best yoga poses for pregnancy, and today we're starting with the wide angle seated forward bend. This pose is great for alleviating some of the pressure off of your lower back. It also gives you a break from the weight of your belly, so it's basically good for back pain and relieving belly weight. I always start with a little bit of a stretch, so you want to start with your legs spread wide, almost like a straddle, but you don't want to push yourself too hard to force your legs apart. So I always start with the knees bent. I put my elbows to my knees and kind of stretch myself and open my legs out. Then with a flat back, you want to lean your chest toward the ground and place your forearms on the ground in front of you, feeling the stretch mostly in your hips. Then I reach forward and extend myself just a little bit further, but not too much where you feel uncomfortable. Breathe deep and hold that stretch for another 30 seconds. Next, we move on to the camel pose, and in this variation, we're going to do it with the arm extending upward. You want to start by being on your knees upright and widening your stance about shoulder width apart. Then you want to lean back, bring that left arm down towards your left ankle, raise your right arm straight up to the sky, and you want to look down towards that left arm and really open up that chest and open up that shoulder and stretch and lean back. This is a great pose to stretch your soas, stretch your hip flexors, and alleviate any sort of lower belly weight. You want to really stretch, breathe, and hold this pose for about 15 seconds. If you don't feel comfortable leaning all the way back, you can also use a yoga block to hold yourself a little bit more upright. Come back to center and then turn towards the right. You want to bring that right arm down towards that right ankle, lifting that left arm straight up to the sky, arching back and really turning your head towards that right arm. Breathe, take your time, and feel that stretch. Next, we move on to the pigeon pose, and this one is really great for tight hips. It's really great to help kind of relieve that lower back pain and stretch open those hips. Opening up and stretching those hips is going to definitely alleviate a lot of that lower back tension. You want to start with your right leg forward, and then you want to let that left leg down to the ground and extend it behind you, keeping the left foot relaxed and the leg internally rotated, and you want to make sure that right leg is bent in front of you. In order to get that good hip flexor stretch, you want to make sure that that left leg is directly behind you, not in an angled open outward towards the left. If you're comfortable and you feel the good stretch, you want to come down towards your forearms, almost connecting your hands into like a prayer position, but leaning forward onto that right foot, making sure that you're not lifting your body off of the pad. Now, if you're at the point where your belly is a little bit too big, then you might not be comfortable bending forward, so you can kind of stay upright and still kind of lean into that right foot. You just want to be careful that you don't put any excess pressure on your lower back or too much pressure on your belly. I've found that stretching my torso is one of the best ways to kind of really alleviate that lower cramp that I start to get, especially later in the evenings. Same thing with the other side. You want to bend that left foot, extend the right leg behind you. You want to make sure that the body's nice and comfortable in a good position, and if the belly's not too heavy, you want to lean forward towards that left leg that's bent, putting your forearms on the ground, bringing your hands together almost in a prayer position to help you really stretch and lean forward. You want to hold that pose for a good 15 to 20 seconds. Then I always bend that right leg, lift myself up, and then I twist towards the right, putting my hands on my knees to really open up my chest and open up my torso. Today we're finishing off with a seated side bend, which is really great for alleviating any sort of lower back pain. You can do any variations. You can do it with your legs spread open wide, or you can cross your legs the way that I'm doing it here. So you want to start in an upright position, seated upright position, with your legs crossed or folded like in a lotus pose. You want to let your right hand kind of fall and rest on the ground, and then you want to stretch with the left arm straight up and then bend all the way to the right. You want to make sure to press that shoulder back and open up your chest so you're nice and open. You don't want to be crunching or bending forward. You want to focus on the rotating upper torso and staying open. You want to look up towards your hand to allow that openness, and then really stretch and lean into that right hand that's on the ground. You want to hold that stretch for a good 15 to 20 seconds. Same thing to the left. Allow that left arm to come down. Rest gently on the floor. Raise that right arm straight up and then bend over towards the left, opening up that chest and opening up that shoulder. You want to make sure that that torso is rotating upward and you're staying really nice and open. Look up towards that towards that right arm, and really stretch and open that chest. No doubt that these poses are really going to help you ladies have a much more comfortable pregnancy. They've helped me tremendously in alleviating a lot of those little aches and pains and tightness that you feel in our chest, in our lower back, our hip flexors, our psoas, and our bellies. So I hope that they're helping you as well. Please stay tuned, because part 3 of this series, which is all pregnancy approved exercises, will be posting next week. Also, if you're enjoying this series, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to head on over to LisetteHoward.com and check out all of my different packages. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please stay tuned. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.